You know, believe it or not, I actually have good takes every once in a while, and today we are reacting to my best takes from the past NFL season. If you haven't already seen me react to my worst takes, I posted that video last week, so make sure you check that one out too. Yeah, let's get into it. It's like clockwork, dude. Every single year the NFL players vote on the top 100, and every single year it's crazy how much I hate the NFL top 100. Like, I don't even want to make this an anti-Saquon thing or an anti-running back thing. But if you're going to say, oh, it's regardless of positional value, then why are there 4 quarterbacks in the top 6? I want everyone right now to go comment and say I was right about Saquon. Because I had the balls after his incredible year last year, and I'm saying it was incredible, to actually be the anti-Saquon guy. But also, me being anti-Saquon wasn't even really me being anti-Saquon. It was just me saying, hey guys, he's the 4th best running back in the NFL. And as we saw this year, when the rest of the offense wasn't as good, neither was Saquon. So what does that tell you about him? Honestly, being right about Saquon Barkley might be my favorite take of all time. The highest ranked defensive player, Myles Garrett at 8. It's crazy. Doesn't make sense. Offensive linemen just always get underrated in this because it's just not sexy to vote for. And then trust me, I was getting ready to absolutely flip at Jalen Hurts at 19 over Jaden Daniels at 21 until I saw this. Jared Goff is closer to the 15th best quarterback than he is the 15th best player. Wow, I nailed this. One person who would rather have Josh Jacobs on their team than Michael Parsons. And this was before Micah even got traded to the Packers. Oh, wait. Tyreek was the #1 ranked player last year. Al Hamilton, way too low. Jordan Mailata, way too low. Again, if it's based on last season, Kirby Joseph, way too low. Like, who would rather have Jerry Jeudy than Christian Gonzalez? And then, hey, shout out to my guy, Ladd McConkey. But there are multiple first-team All-Pros that... Wow, I nailed that. Bro, why was Jerry Jeudy a top 100 player? All right, here are my top 10 running backs in the NFL. And spoiler alert, Saquon Barkley's not my #1, and neither is Derrick Henry. So I want to go look at the comments on this video because, again, I feel like this is my greatest take of all time. All right, here are my top. Let's see what we got. The mental gymnastics to put Saquon as 4 is actually crazy. You really overthought this one. That's what's crazy. Whenever I would challenge someone's challenge, they would just be like, he's still the most effective clutch and able running back in the league. No, he's not. From Spooter, man. I've seen this guy in my comments before. Elite basketball knowledge, awful football knowledge. My gosh. Hey, look at this. Julian. Yeah, the Jonathan Taylor disrespect. This from before the season. So Julian knows ball too. And bro is trying so hard to rage bait. So far, he's done a pretty good job. I'm just trying to speak facts, brother. look at this one. His list in a nutshell. First, if the running back has a good O-line, he's trash. 32 Saquon, 31 Jameer, 30 James Cook, 20. This is creative. This is good. Then the guys in everyone's top 10s, we need variety. It's illegal obligations for rookies to make it as high as humanly possible. This is a good comment. I'm gonna throw this a like. Here are my 5 my guys in this year's NFL. Man, guys that if y'all have been watching me for long enough, you know I always crush the draft. I'm not saying I should be a scout. All I'm saying is, hey Wizards, hit me up sometime. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to just go to war for because I think they're gonna be studs at the next level. And #1 is my dude Jacob Parrish out of Kansas State. The only reason this guy's not a first-round pick is because he's like 5'9", 5'10", which, first of all, shout out to the short kings out there. But second of all, if you turn on the tape, he plays like he's 6'1". I was such a huge Jacob Parrish guy, and yeah, he balled out for the Bucs this year. I think he proved this year in the Big 12 he can play on the outside. #2 is a guy who should end up going mid-first round. That's Mike Green out of Marshall. Explosive, violent edge rusher. Sure, maybe he's not built in a lab like Myles Garrett, but he led the FBS in sacks. But if we want to talk about productivity, I mean, Harold Fanning Jr. is a freak. I don't care what the comp was. If you put up these kind of numbers, you're going to be a weapon at the next level. And Harold Fanning's such a stud, bro. We want to talk about freaks. I mean, Darian Porter Jr. had the 4th most athletic combine score for a cornerback ever. Give him another year or 2, and then let's see if Darian Porter ends up being a true starting corner. What? And Malachi Starks, 3-year starter, team cap. Yeah, I can't believe the 2 Ravens guys were the guys that didn't hit out of this. I thought Starks and Mike Green were such home runs, but I guess not. Georgia. The guy's got ball skills, he can tackle, he's the entire package of safety. Here are my biggest winners and losers of the NFL draft. And loser number one is Shedeur Sanders, but it's not because he lost a bunch of money or it's kind of embarrassing. My worry is that if this was actually an ownership pick and the coaching staff never actually wanted him, I don't think he's ever going to get a fair shot. But look what happened with Kevin Stefanski and all of the weird things with remember he had like the wrong playbook on his wrist one week, and Stefanski would never praise him after games, and yeah, dude, what a mess. On the other hand, I think his boy Travis is a huge winner. I think the fact that the Jags traded up for him means he's going to get a shot to play both sides. I think last year's quarterback class is also a big winner. I mean, Jaden Daniels and Drake May both got offensive line help, and the Bears continue to stack weapons for Caleb Williams. I think the Seahawks crushed this draft. I mean, they needed interior offensive line. They took Ray Zabel. They got Nick Eman-Ward round 2, and Jalen Milrose high upside at QB. On the other hand, I don't know what the Dolphins were doing. They didn't trade back. They took Donovan Jackson over Josh Simmons and Josh Connerly, and Ty Felton 102. Oh, cool. Dude, wow. I don't even remember it being this on with the draft. And speaking of good takes, I gotta tell you guys about Topps, the sponsor of today's video. So look, I've talked to you guys about Topps now multiple times already, but if you're new to my channel or even the sports card hobby, here's how it works. When a player or team achieves something exciting during an NBA game, Topps captures it. They then create a card that's only available for 48 hours after the time of release, so you have to act fast. These cards are available for purchase on Topps.com, and it allows you guys, the fans, to own a piece of NBA history. Again, whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the hobby. I recently picked up this Wemby card when he became the second youngest player to reach 500 career blocks, because Topps now is a cool way to remember the biggest moments in the NBA. But again, cards are only available for 48 hours, so you have to act fast. Here are my official award predictions for every major award this season. So there's actually a brand new award in the NFL this season, and it's the Protector of the Year for the best offensive lineman. I'll be interested to see how they even go about voting for this, so shot in the dark, give me Joe Hall. I think the Broncos are going to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West. Sean Payton wins his second Coach of the Year, first since 2006. I got Aiden Hutchinson winning Comeback Player of the Year, although if you're looking for a non-injury pick, can I interest you in Trevor Lawrence? I think Travis... Whoa. Hold on now. That's a pretty good take. Will have enough big plays at corner to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's not. Man, as much as I want to pick Josh Simmons to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, a tackle is just never going to win. So instead, give me Ted McMillan, Bryce Young's new wide receiver. Nailed it. For Defensive Player of the Year, this is a little bit of a sleeper, but give me Jalen Carter. He might be the most terrifying dude in the NFL. But I think Puka Nacua is in line for a... Jalen spit on that one guy in week 1, and then I don't even know what happened after that. Monster season for the... I was such a big Puka guy, bro. And I still think if he didn't miss the 1.5 games, he missed the London game against the Jags, and I think he exited the previous game early. I think he was the best player in the sport this year. Rams, but we all know the MVP is a quarterback's award, and right now there's no one better than Josh Allen. Don't overthink it. Are the Patriots completely insane for thinking they can win the Super Bowl this year? Well, according to history, actually no. So this weekend, the Patriots shut a lot of people up, myself included, with a huge win over the Bucs, and they're now 8-2. Meanwhile, you look around the rest of the AFC, and it's just kind of like, who exactly am I supposed to be scared of here? So why not talk soup? Now here's where it gets interesting, because actually 8 different teams, which is way more than I would have thought, have gone worst to first and made the Super Bowl, including a specific quarterback on a kind of relevant team. And speaking of Brady in 01, he's one of 7 quarterbacks, including potentially Drake May, to make the Super Bowl in his second season. Look, I think where I'm at is if the Patriots really want to pull this off, I think they need to get the 1 seed in the AFC, so they got the 2 seed. Have home field throughout. I also still think the offensive line is a little too sus. That's why they didn't win the Super Bowl. As well as the pass defense, which ranks 20th in EPA per play in non-garbage time. But I don't know, dude. This just kind of feels like a weird year in the NFL, where no one's great, everybody's flawed, and Drake May is playing as well as anybody. So why not? I hate to admit it, but the Cowboys kind of crushed it with the George Pickens trade. So immediate gut reaction here, Pickens is a hell of a receiver, one of the better deep threats in the league, which is why I also love his fit with CeeDee Lamb, because now CeeDee can just go focus on dominating the slot. But of course, there's a reason he only went for a third-round pick. This also makes sense now why the Cowboys went Tyler Booker round 1 instead of like a Matthew Golden. Now, it also makes the Jonathan Mingo trade even dumber than it was at the time. And I forgot about that. What a horrible trade. For the Steelers, I think we all kind of knew this was coming. I mean, part of me thought they would try to make it work with both DK and Pickens. The question now is, does this hurt their chances at getting Aaron Rodgers? I don't really think so, but also, I never know what Aaron Rodgers is thinking. And last thing, I think the Cowboys and even the Giants have both kind of crushed this offseason, but don't get it twisted. The NFC East still runs through these two. All right, overall a good take, but some questionable things in there. Here are my top 5 breakout candidates in the NFL this season. Starting with Brenton Strange, tight end for the Jags. I love this dude. He flashed last year. Now Evan Ingram's gone. Liam Cohen's running the show, who crushed it with Cade Otton in Tampa last year. Are we talking? What did Strange got hurt in the middle of the year, but what were his final stats? Wow, I cannot type, dude. So in 12 games, he had 46 catches, 540 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty good. That means in 16 or 17 games, don't do it, I know. 70 catches, 800 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Yeah, that's a breakout season. On Jaden Daniels, second-year quarterback, I'd be the most confident in is Drake May. I mean, Will Campbell should be a huge upgrade on the O-line. And Stephon Diggs and Travion Henderson, way more electric than any weapons he had last year. Michael Parsons commanding double teams in Green Bay. Now, I'd be shocked if Rashawn Gary didn't get double-digit sacks for the first time. I can't believe how mid Rashawn Gary was this year. Look, man, I've been a big Jalen Coker fan since Holy Cross. He would have been my '1 pick, of course, until he suffered a quad injury in camp. Jalen Coker is my dog, bro. Yeah. Y'all saw what he did in that playoff game against the Rams. Here are my top 5 winners of one of the craziest NFL trade deadlines we've ever seen. Yeah, I'm starting with Sauce Gardner himself. I mean, not only is he literally going from last place to first place and a shot to contend for a championship, but he doesn't have to face Josh Allen and Drake May twice a year anymore. He also doesn't have to worry about those Zoran Mondani taxes. But at the same time, I do think the Jets won the deal. 2 first-round picks is just the kind of package you can't turn down. Yeah, I feel like most people, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was split, but I was definitely pro-Jets in this trade, and that ended up aging well. Not to mention, I like A.D. Mitchell too, and as much as both the Sauce and Quinnen Williams trades got hurt, it's the right move for the Jets. And speaking of the Quinnen trade, I think Dak Prescott's a big winner too, because this is basically Jerry Jones saying, hey, Dak, we believe in you, so let's go try to win something in the next 2 years. They should have enough money to at least franchise tag George Pickens, and I just don't think you can even compare this to the Micah trade. Love the Rashid Shaheed deal for Seattle. He just gives them another weapon, and he also reunites with Clint Kubiak. And then, yeah, I like the Ravens and Eagles both picking up pass rushers. NFL just leaked the script for the Super Bowl. Here's exactly what's going to happen. So the Patriots win the coin toss and elect to defer, which immediately is a mistake. Sam Darnold marches down the field and throws a touchdown to A.J. Barner, 7-0. So it didn't happen on the first drive of the game, but A.J. Barner did catch the first touchdown of the game. I think it was early third quarter? Seahawks. Drake May and the Patriots' first drive goes nowhere, but then they force a 3-and-out after sacking Sam Darnold, setting up their final drive of the first quarter, where Stephon Diggs takes a screen pass 18 yards just for Nicky Manwari to punch the ball out. Seahawks recover. Seahawks run a QB sneak on the goal line, and it's 14-0 Seahawks after 1. Defenses dominate the second quarter. Kayshon Boutte catches a 40-yard bomb to set up a Patriots field goal to get them on the board. And then with 2.5 minutes before the half, the Patriots have 4th and 3. They decide to go for it, and Drake May throws a pick. Called the Drake May pick. Coming out of halftime, here come the Patriots. On their first drive of the third quarter, Ramondre Stevenson runs it in. And with Christian Gonzalez shadowing JSN, Cooper Kupp's a guy who knows something about it. I was hyping up Christian Gonzalez a ton before the Super Bowl. I made that video about him being like the sleeper Super Bowl MVP. I mean, dude, he balled out. He was the only reason this game was even close in the first half. Super Bowls, he catches a touchdown to re-extend the lead. Byron Murphy strip sacks Drake May, leading to a Kenneth Walker touchdown. Called the strip sack. Called the Kenneth Walker touchdown. Seahawks never look back. Sam Darnold's your Super Bowl MVP. 31-10. And what was the final score again? Like 27 29-13. That's pretty close given everything else I called in this. Also, don't forget, in the AFC Championship game, I called the Christian Gonzalez game-winning pick. So my scripts were pretty hot, all things considered. Well, there you have it, man. That'll do it. As you can see, no, I'm not YouTube's biggest idiot when it comes to the NFL, and it was just a really fun NFL season. So I appreciate you all watching. Again, if you haven't already seen me react to my worst takes, definitely check that out. And until next time, peace.